Hey guys, Chrisspy here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing this makeup look, catching up. I have so much to catch you guys up on, so let's get into it. Okay, I'm going to be using the One Size Turn Up the Base foundation. This is medium 10M, and I actually am late to the party on many things, so I'm excited to try this. And then I have also this One Size sponge, which I just got a little bit damp. This foundation is exactly what I like. Full coverage, smooth. I knew it. I didn't have any doubt. I have so much to catch you guys up on. I can't believe how fast time has flown by. I think last time I talked to you guys was before I went to the Ram Dass retreat in Maui, which was life-changing. It was the Ram Dass Legacy Retreat in Maui, and if you guys know, like, I love Ram Dass so much. If you don't know who Ram Dass is, he's a spiritual teacher. He passed away in 2019. I discovered his teachings in 2021. And literally, like, the moment I listened to that first lecture, I was just like, I'm home. The reason why I went is because I did Raghu Marcus's podcast Mind Rolling, and Raghu Marcus is the director of the Be Here Now network, which is Ram Dass's network. Anyway, so I went. I didn't know anyone. I've never been to a spiritual retreat, and mostly like my spiritual practice is just me on my own. So honestly, I didn't know what to expect, and I was pretty intimidated going there. I mean, kind of, but not really, because I'm also like, well, this is a, Be Here Now network, like, it's Ram Dass, like, I just didn't know what to expect. Anyways, so I was nervous and excited, just like all the things. And when I went, dude, it was amazing. I made friends for life, like people who I'm like, dang, how did I live all these years without you in my life? It was a 7-day retreat in Maui. And the way it was structured is that there was meditations, yoga classes, Dharma talks, and then nightly kirtan, but none of it was like required. You could just do whatever you want. Like, that's one of the things like I love about the Ram Dass community, or like his teachings in general, is like there's no rules and everybody is welcome. It doesn't matter anything really. And actually, we were having lunch the first day, and I was with like, these new people, and someone was like, oh, are you going to the yoga class tomorrow? And Raghu Marcus just says in front of everybody, he's like, oh no, she doesn't like yoga. And I was like, you've been exposed. You're an imposter. And he was like, what? You don't have to like yoga. You don't have to do anything. There are no rules. So, and it's not that I don't like yoga. It's just not part of my current practice. And guess what? I did go to yoga. I did go one day. But the best part was making new friends, especially bonding with the women in the Love, Serve, Remember Foundation. Like, I got to hear all these stories from the 70s. Yeah, it was just amazing. And I didn't want to leave. That's the thing, is I was like, when you're on a trip and you're like ready to go home, I didn't feel that way. I was like, I did not want to leave. And some people had told me after your first retreat, it can be a little bit difficult, like transitioning back into your life. And I was like, nah, I'll be fine. And then honestly, I did. It was like a little bit, I hit a weird patch, I guess, after the retreat, just sort of like, because you're in this bubble of like, I don't know, kindness and support and satsang. Satsang is a word that just means spiritual community, which is something that's been missing from my life. I have friends who I talk to spirituality about. It's not really been a part of my practice. So it was like I found community. Yeah, so going back to real life, it was December when I came back. It was the fires in LA, and then my dogs got sick back to back. Oh, next I'm going in with this One Size translucent powder. This is also new product for me. I'm gonna take the same sponge, just gonna put it everywhere. What was I saying? Oh, okay, and then, so when I got back, Wiley had to have bladder stone surgery. Dude, and then Gremlin got bronchitis, And she's so tiny and like she couldn't breathe. It was so stressful. Wiley got an ear infection and then Gremlin got an ear infection. And then Gremlin had a flare up with her neck condition. Wiley had to go back to the vet because she was still having complications from her surgery and like so many like ultrasounds and blood tests and urinalysis and everything that was going on in the world. And I was just, your girl was stressed. But the good thing is that with the new friends that I made, I feel like I have a lot of support, which I'm thankful for. Wiley's complication with the bladder stone surgery, by the way, how I figured this out, I put her blood tests, all of her test results into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT told me to switch her food based on her blood tests and the amount of acid and the food that she was in, and literally that resolved her issues. And actually, you know what, there's a bunch of other stuff too that I'm not going to mention because it doesn't serve anyone to share it, but like there was a lot of stressful stuff happening. Oh yeah, I posted about my knees bugging me. Well, I went against my own philosophy about like listen to your body when you're in the gym, and how I always say like if something feels funny, I don't do it. Well, basically I've had this knee issue, just like clicking in my knee. I would notice it after I did deadlifts. I was trying to figure it out. I changed my diet thinking like maybe it's because I'm eating too many carbs and it's causing inflammation, because I was eating like a lot of rice and pasta and then I thought it was good. Anyways, no, I don't think it had anything to do with my diet. And basically I like was in there working out one day trying to do the exercises the internet said would help with it, which is patellar tendonitis. And it just all of a sudden got like super like sharp shooting pains and I couldn't walk for a few days. Not like I completely couldn't walk, but it was like I had to like limp around and ice it. That happened at the end of March, so I can't lift weights right now. I can't even do like the treadmill. I've been taking turmeric powder and then I've been taking collagen powder and just like really gently trying to stretch. But I looked up a low impact glute workout on YouTube because I was like, I need to do something. Anyways, I came across this like 12-minute glute workout, Pilates, moved by Nicole. You guys, when I tell you, my glutes were on fire. Like Pilates is no joke. And it was just on the mat, no weights, no equipment, not even a resistance band. And like, you're just laying there lifting your leg. That's what I like about it too, is like you get to lay on the ground. You don't even have to move and you're fucking burning. So I've been doing those. And it hasn't really irritated my knee too much. And the thing about not being able to work out, it's not even like I'm like oh, because like I'm trying to lose weight or anything. It's like for my mental health, it like keeps me sane. So not being able to work out has been challenging. But I know that if I push it, I'm just going to irritate the injury even more. So I'm like, you just have to be patient and just let it heal. I don't even know what I just did with my brows. Okay. I'm using this Kai Brow, Cool Brown. It's broken. One thing I will say though is that when I've been like stressed out and anxious, that beauty has been a really great, healthy outlet for me. I don't really wear like that much makeup day to day. The other day I like went to put on some makeup and it was just such a nice, like I said, like healthy outlet, like fun activity. Start getting into like that like artsy feeling. So I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever experienced the mystical powers of a red lip, that's Wiley chewing her with her toy, of a red lip or a winged liner, I'm telling you, it has powers. Hi. Little gremlin. What's this? What's this? What's this? I'm gonna use this Maybelline Brow Fast. This is in the shade Light Blonde, and it just kind of gives it, I don't know, I like, it helps keep the hairs in place. Oh yeah. Also, I'm taking a meditation teacher training course. It's through Dharma Moon. It's a mindfulness meditation teacher training course. Mindfulness meditation is a specific kind of Buddhist meditation, but then it's also really cool because just learning more about the history of Buddhism and the different lineages and practices. And this was also something that came about through the retreat because the owner of Dharma Moon is David Nichtern, who I met on the retreat. Oh, he has 2 really good books, which I would recommend, which I've been reading. One is Awakening from the Daydream. The other one is Creativity, Spirituality, and Making a Buck. Anyway, so I've been taking this course. I'm about halfway through. He gave me a code actually to share with you guys if anyone is interested in taking it. I'll put links down below so you can use the code. And yeah, check out the course, check out the info. They also offer a lot of free meditations. And yeah, I've been excited to tell you guys about it. My birthday is coming up next month. My birthday is May 22nd. I'm gonna be 38 years old. Dang, that is like a full-grown adult. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go to California to visit my family. Spend my birthday with my family, which I'm excited for. I don't really care about my birthday. Like, I don't think it's like that big of a deal. I don't know. Basically, wow, that's bright. This is the Fenty Pretty Pearls highlighter. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this Lawless Beauty, the Dreamy Dozen. It has a lot of neutral browns. I'm getting distracted because I'm noticing the asymmetry in my brows. I'm like, just leave it. Oh, I haven't going on TikTok lately. Finally figured out how to film for TikTok, like on my phone. The quality on my iPhone, it makes my skin look terrible. And I asked my brother, who is like loves to disagree with me, so he's like a good, test. Like I showed him how it looks on my camera versus on my phone, and he's like, oh yeah, he's like, you look bad. It's something like the sharpness or the contrast. Like it just doesn't look how my regular skin looks. This is like a roundabout way, like a bunch of like browsers just open up in my mind. I've been seeing there's a trend of like millennials asking people how old you think they look, and then people say you look your age or you look older, and then like getting offended. Before I used to feel like you don't need to advertise your age. You don't need to tell people you're in your whatever, mid-30s now, late 30s. But actually, I don't want to contribute to the idea that aging is a failure in our culture, especially for women. It's like a lady never tells her age. Like, why the fuck not? Without getting too deep, which I will. Whatever, fuck it. I'm gonna say it's inherently misogynistic that a woman is devalued based on her age. Why? Because she's only valuable when she's attractive and young and an object to men. Like, I don't subscribe to that. And I don't think anybody consciously does, but we don't realize that we're perpetuating the idea when we act ashamed about our age. What a blessing it is to make it on the earth this far. Oh my god, I'm about to be 38. Did I say that? Did I say 37? Bruh. See, kids, that's what happens when you get older. So I just put this sort of, it looks more pink in person, but I just put this matte shade on the lid. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade right here, and I'm just gonna deepen the crease with it. So I cut my hair into a really short bob. I've had it really short for a while, like to here, but I recently decided I want to grow it out. My hair is in a kind of like awkward length. Yeah, the ends are pretty thin, even though I've like chopped them off. It's honestly the bleach, but it's like forever my struggle. I just feel like my skin tone, it just looks more flattering with blonde. I've officially started my long hair journey. We'll see how long it takes. Watch it like finally gets long and then I chop it off again. That would be so typical of me. But yeah, I put like a bunch of extensions for this mess today. This is NC20. Oh yeah, for books. Okay, I'm always talking about the Libby app, which I still do use, but Spotify now offers audiobooks, which has been a game changer. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I recently read Quiet, The Secret Power of Introverts by Susan Cain. Super interesting. I also just finished Anne Lamott, Bird by Bird. It's a book on writing, but also just like advice and sort of philosophy for life. It was so good. So good. Definitely that's one that I'm gonna come back to and read again. I read Animal Farm by George Orwell. I started reading this book called Determined by Robert Sapolsky. probably mispronouncing his name, but it's a book on determinism, and it was like too heavy for where I was at the time, so I kind of abandoned that, but I'll come back to it. Oh, and I just started reading. So good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Women Who Run with Wolves. It's awakened something in me. Yeah, out of all the books I mentioned, that's the one that I texted my mom. I was like, Mom, you have to read this book. And I have a feeling you guys probably already know about that book or have read it. I'm just using like a sort of metallic-y, like warm brown in the waterline. And I'm only putting it down in the lash line on the outer corners of the eye. And then just keeping it strictly in the waterline for the rest of the eye. Like, do I want to take it all the way over? I guess so. I'm going to use a little bit of liquid liner, but then put shadow on top of it so it's a little bit softer. So I'm using this e.l.f. one, Expert Liquid Liner. This is like my favorite. So I'm going to keep it pretty small. I guess we're taking it all the way over. I actually didn't intend to do that. I'm gonna do a lower wing today. Just really like a little, like this is a little wing and it looks big. That's all right. Putting shadow over the wing, it's nice because then I'm like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like the imperfections will get hidden in the shadow. Whoa, that was philosophical. I think actually I want a little bit more shadow on the under eyes. Should we take this pink? Let's see. Oh yeah, I like that. Pack this under the lash line. I'm going to take this one right here. Honestly, I think I'd need a different brush, but let's just see. Just gonna put it over the wing. Oh yeah, that's a mess. Just need to diffuse that. I don't love it. I needed to grab a darker brown just because it was too light and it wasn't transitioning. So I grabbed a darker brown. I'm just patting it on top. I'm even going to take a little bit of black just so it's a smoother transition into that brown. And then just dusting. I don't know. Just diffusing it a little bit with this little blending brush. So we're going to do the cheeks. I'm using the Fenty Cheeks Petal Poppin' Blush. I really like this foundation setting powder combo. This is 100% going to be my new go-to. Did I tell you this on YouTube? No, I don't think I've told you this on YouTube. I passed 2 years of sobriety while I was in Hawaii on the spiritual retreat. What's funny is that when I first went into rehab, I was super embarrassed and I didn't want anyone to know. Scared because I was gone for Christmas. I was there Christmas and New Year's. What I told some of my family members, which like I don't even know why. It seemed really serious at the time. Now I'm like, it's no big deal. But I told them the reason why I wasn't at Christmas is because, well, actually I couldn't even tell them because I didn't have a phone. But what I told my family to tell them was that I was on a spiritual retreat and that's why I wasn't home for Christmas. Anyways, 2 years later, on my sobriety date, I actually was in a spiritual retreat. I know my hands are hella pale compared to my face, but I put some tanner on, so they haven't caught up yet. My brother has gotten me into watching Thrash and Supply Co. vlogs, and the vlogs are just about mostly motorcycle stuff, but then they ride around and they like go get food. And literally my brother and I watched it all day long. It's funny though, because like I'm not interested in motorcycles really like that. Like I just like to, I don't know, watch the vlog, and I like to see what they eat, and I don't know, it's just like good vibes vlogs, and it made me miss vlogging. But yeah, my brother was like so excited to tell my other brothers and my dad about it because our dad is a biker. My whole life my dad has been ridden a Harley. But it's so funny because people are always like, do you want to ride? Or like, do you like motorcycles? Do you want to ride on the back of a motorcycle? And I'm like, no, I don't. My dad would pick me up from like soccer practice on the bike. I'd be like, can you pick me up in a vehicle? I don't know, it's just scary being on the back of the bike, but I feel like I'm the only one. Like everybody else is like, oh my gosh, I would love to ride on the motorcycle. I'm like, go ahead, do you. There's motorcycles driving by right now. I don't know, I'm just pretty risk averse at this point in my life. But yeah, my dad's been a biker his whole life. This kind of biker. Let's use some Fenty Beauty mascara. I'm gonna use black on the top lashes so that they blend with the false lashes, but I'm gonna use brown on the bottom lashes. I've been doing that lately, and it just, it's nice because you still get some definition, but it's just a little softer. I've been watching Mad Men for the first time. I know it's an older show. I never used to watch series. So I also recently watched Game of Thrones for the first time. But yeah, Mad Men, it's triggering my female rage. Like Don Draper ain't all that. On the bottom lashes, I'm going to use this Benefit Bad Gal Bang. It's brown. It doesn't say the shade, but it's probably only one brown. Okay, I wanted to use these. I've been using these lately. I really like these. These are the Winx press-on lashes from Ardell, and they're self-adhesive, and you just put them underneath the lash. But the problem is you're not supposed to have mascara on, so we can't use these. But I've been wanting to tell you guys about these because I really like these. Super, super easy. And I like that they're underneath because then they look like lash extensions. This is a lash I've already worn. I have no idea what lash it is, but we're gonna give it a go. I'm starting out like halfway on the lid because I'm gonna glue them up above my lash line on the outside. And then I need to get that to stick. Oh wow, okay. Just gonna make sure they're glued like up in the corner. I struggle with perfectionism, so I've been really trying to, there's like a rule, if you're 80% happy with it, then leave it. So I've been trying to adhere to that, but I see like a little area that we need fixing with the liquid liner, and I'm not gonna mess it up. I'm not. Oh, so close. We were so close. You guys know the drill. Gotta wait till it's dry and then flick it off with or scratch it off with this spoolie. It never fully comes off though. I'm gonna take a little bit of this foundation and then a little bit of the same shade that we used on the lid, but I'm really gonna try and make sure it doesn't fall out onto the lashes. Okay, now over here, it's more complicated because it's on a blend. So that just sucks. And then I'll just go back in with the eyeshadow. Let's do some lips. I need a new nude lip combo because I just like have not been happy with any of the nude lips I've been doing. Okay, we're gonna start with, this is Lawless Beauty Nude Honey. It's a little bit darker than I wanted, but we can blend it with lipstick. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Butterscotch lipstick. Okay, for finishing touches, just gonna add a little bit of contour here to the bottom of my nose. And kind of like a triangle shape. And then just a little bit up top. I kind of don't want to mess with it. So I'm going to be using the One Size Until Dawn finishing spray. I'm distrustful of products when they're like super hyped. Just, I don't know why. Anyways, this product is not overhyped. Dude, this stuff works. I will say that. But actually, before I do that, I'm going to take the sponge that I already used as my setting powder. And just put a little bit extra anywhere that I need. Dude, if I tell you guys how many times I flat ironed these front pieces of my hair and they're all still like crazy. All right, you guys, we are all finished with the look. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Drop me any comments, questions down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and I will be back soon with another video. Bye.